Well, good morning, everybody. What is up? It's your friend and pal Seth. My pronouns are he and they. I hope you are having a fantastic day and you are making it a fantastic day. Welcome to your morning inspiration video. This is day number 12. Cannot believe it. We've done 11 videos, and by the end of this video, we will have done 12. There we go. So, as I said, welcome to your morning inspiration video. So if you're just needing a little bit of a boost this morning, if you're needing a little bit of some motivation today, or if it's not even the morning and you're scrolling around and you're trying to find some type of like inspiration, or you're just finding a video to watch to kind of get you boosted up a little bit, some inspiration. I hope this video does that for you, whatever situation that you're in currently right now. All right. So if you have never seen these morning inspiration videos before, they include four things. They include a morning quote and or lesson for the day. Today's is going to have a morning quote and a lesson for the day today. A song for the day, some affirmations, and then a prompt to kind of start cultivating your own affirmations for the day, see how they help you out, and a journal prompt for the day as well, a journal prompt or two. Just a hint, journal prompt or two for the day as well. All right, so let's get into it. So we've been talking a lot the past 11 days about some really beneficial things and some heavy things. We've been talking about happiness. We've been talking about happiness, like happiness and joy, the cultivating an attitude of gratitude, acceptance, accepting the negative emotions and everything. So yesterday we were kind of talking about the power of language, how using yet and using how inside of our kind of daily language and everything is actually a very beneficial thing, and kind of how we can use it. So today I still wanted to kind of still get us on that up trajectory, that our morning motivation and everything. And I'm going to start with the quote first, and then the quote will kind of take us a little bit into the lesson. And so as we kind of start talking, just think about if this is something that you do, and how it fits into your life. So the morning quote for today comes from Stephen Furtick, and it says, "The reason why we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel." I'm going to read that again. The reason why we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. So, in essence, pretty much, what we're doing is we're taking all of the negative things that are happening, all the circumstances, all of those, and things that are happening to us, and comparing them to the successes and triumphs of other people. We may see these things on social media. Social media is probably the place that we'll see these things the most, right? Or what we're doing is saying, "Oh, I should be at this point in my life right now. I should be that. I should do this. I should be doing this by now. I should have this amount of money." And then you see someone else like at your age, around your age mark at that level. You see them on social media posting about this, about that, posting all of their successes that they're having, and you're like, "Well, I'm not having those successes. I'm not as good as that person," or you start, in essence, you start comparing. What we're doing is we're comparing ourselves to other people. Okay. So if this is something that you've struggled with in the past or still are struggling with it, let me know, because I'm going to be very upfront and honest here. It's something that I still do struggle with at times. Okay. Now, I just want to give a quick example, actually. So back in 2023, I had the opportunity to actually do a workshop at a wellness conference, a local wellness conference in my area. And I was really nervous about it and everything. And when I got the flyer for it, I was kind of looking at everyone else that was chosen, and what it had was everyone's credentials and everything on it. And then there was me. At that time, I was not a peer recovery specialist like I am now. I literally was just someone who wanted to kind of talk about things and kind of get their voice heard. But everyone else that was presenting had this credential. They were maybe a certified peer recovery specialist or a therapist or a psychiatrist or whatever, you know. So I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just this lone guy, just and this sea of credentials and initials after people's name and everything, and everyone with a lot more of this incredible education. So what I did was I started comparing myself to others, going, what can I do, what value can I bring to anyone else, you know and it was one of those things where I was like, what? So then I really started thinking about this and started kind of um well, again, I was really comparing myself, but what I needed to do was do a bit of a perspective shift and a mindset shift as well. All right. So when we start to do this, when it comes to comparing ourselves to other people, we have seen and we know how detrimental it is. But there can also be some benefits to doing it. Okay. There are a lot of benefits actually to actually comparing ourselves to other people, because what we can use it as a motivator. We can maybe start using that as motivation for us to kind of keep moving forward towards our goals and what we want. But I think one of the biggest things we have to realize, and this was something that it took me a little bit of time, but I really started recognizing and realizing that every single one of us is on our own journey. No one's journey looks the same. We may be the same age as another person that we may be comparing ourselves to, but we may not have had their experiences and they might not have had ours either. So the thing to remember is that we're all on our own journey through life. You know, Also, our comparisons can become like insights. Thinking about kind of, if we're comparing ourselves to somebody else, and seeing, their success and seeing, what they've done and everything, maybe one thing that may be useful for me or for anyone is to actually try and get in touch with that person and ask them kind of what are they doing or what have they done in order to kind of achieve that success. In other words, kind of ask questions because you are genuinely interested. So sometimes a comparison can become an insight. And it's also very important for us, if we find ourselves comparing ourselves to other people, to kind of focus on our own strengths. What are the strengths that we already have? They could actually be different from that person's. So the one thing I knew for myself is that the one thing that I could really bring to that conference was my own lived experience. And that was my strength. That was what I could rely on in order to be able to deliver this amazing workshop to everybody, right? It's also really important to be able to kind of accept our own imperfections. We're not perfect. I know a lot of us try to be. I know I sometimes try to be perfect, but the thing is, we're not perfect, and it's okay to accept our own imperfections. You know, Another way we can start to shift our mindset is to celebrate others. We see someone that has all this amazing success that we're comparing ourselves to. Why not celebrate them? Why not say congratulations? That's awesome. Good for you. And then you could actually then go into the insights of kind of how did you do it? What things did you rely on? What things did you learn and take away from your experience? And this comes in with also kindness towards others, but also self-kindness towards ourselves as well. And again, this was all something that I had to learn how to cultivate, when it came to kind of comparing my experience to others. Okay, so I hope that gives you just a little bit of insight when it comes to kind of when we start comparing ourselves to others. And one of the biggest places that we really do this is on social media. That's another thing to also remember. Someone may be, posting about, this or that, or, maybe looking at them sitting next to a yacht or in a pile of money or whatever. Remember, AI is very prevalent right now. Okay. So people will again only post their highlight reel. They won't be focusing on a lot of anything else. Also, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes with somebody. Okay. So I hope that that kind of gives you a little bit of insight. All right. So let's get into our song for the day. Okay. We kind of, really talked about, how, comparing ourselves, and then how it's really important to just have kindness for ourselves, kind of do that perspective mindset shift. Okay. We're going to go with the song Love Yourself by Billy Porter. Okay. If you have not heard this song, this is a fantastic song. I love this song. Oh my gosh. I could dance to this song literally like all the time. Now, a lot of what this song emphasizes is it emphasizes the importance of embracing oneself, believing in our own self-worth, and recognizing that true happiness comes from self-acceptance. Let's say that one again. True happiness comes from self-acceptance. All right. In addition to that, by loving ourselves and accepting ourselves for exactly how we are and who we can inspire others to do the same. And we can contribute to a more positive and accepting world. I don't think I need to tell y'all that, that there's a lot of animosity going on, not just in this country. I'm in the United States, not just in this country, but the whole world. Okay. True happiness, self acceptance, we can inspire other people to do the same. And what this does is this contributes to a more positive and accepting world. All right. So again, love yourself. It's an awesome song. Okay. So let's move into some affirmations. Okay. I have a few affirmations, and then I give you the prompt of what are some other affirmations that you can use today. Okay. So let's go through our affirmations. So I am on my own path and timeline. I am in competition with no one but myself. I have my own unique gifts, and I accept and love myself just as I am. One more time. I'm on my own path and timeline. I am in competition with no one but myself. I have my own unique gifts, and I accept and love myself exactly and just as I am. See how they sit with you. See how they feel. So I will then ask you all, what are some other affirmations you can use today to kind of shift your mindset when it comes to comparing yourself to others? Okay. Now let's move into our journal prompt for the day. Remember at the top of this video, I said maybe journal prompts, plural, possibly. So for a journal prompt today, how do you see yourself as compared with your friends, other members of your family, people that you're close to? And along with that, who inspires you to try harder? And who makes you feel like you just want to give up? So, if you comparing ourselves to somebody else, who is it that actually inspires you to actually try harder and to try and keep moving forward? And at the same time, is there someone in your life that makes you want to give up? They're not serving any purpose in your life. They're not motivating you. They're not doing much, right? So a follow-up question here. When you feel good about yourself, are you more or less inclined to compare yourself to others? The question. When we feel good about ourselves, are we more or less inclined to compare ourselves to other people? Honest question. Because it's amazing what happens when we are feeling really good about ourselves, when great things are happening, we're in a happy mood, everything's awesome, everything is awesome, yeah. Do we find ourselves, we start comparing ourselves to other people? Or do we accept it for how it is and feel it? But when we're feeling bad about ourselves, when we're feeling just all kinds of shitty about ourselves, pardon my language, you know, and then what we then do is we start comparing ourselves to other people. Oh, that doesn't help. So try and look at also when you actually compare yourself to other people. When do you do it the most? Do you do it the most when you're feeling up, when you're feeling good, when things are happening that are great? Or is it when things are not so great? Just doing a little bit of reflection there. All right. So that'll about do it, for this morning inspiration video. One was a bit longer than my other ones, but there was a lot of great information and everything that I wanted to spread, and this is something that I'm really really passionate about as well. All right. Before I sign off, again, always get your attention down to the little ticker on the bottom. Don't quit before the miracle happens. Keep moving forward. Find ways to keep moving forward. You are worthy and you are amazing. Okay, don't quit. Keep moving forward. All right, so stay positive, stay motivated, stay focused on your big, amazing, and huge dreams and goals. Okay, I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the morning inspiration video for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and make it a fantastic day. Have a good one.